What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. The Goobers are back. Anthony's back. Couldn't be more excited. Anthony, how are we doing?
Doing well, guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys knew this, but you're actually looking at the newest and biggest super fan of the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz last night selected Walter Clayton Jr. out of Florida. So I am now a mega Utah Jazz fan. You can fully expect them a year from now to be lifting the title trophy. Big Utah Jazz fan. Good night for Walter Clayton. Good night for the Florida Gators. Got another player tonight who might be drafted. Don't really know what this has to do with any of our stream content, but I just want to let you guys know that I am now the president of the Utah Jazz fan club. And I feel like, honestly, we haven't done these drafts. At least I haven't in a couple of weeks. So I feel like normally I'm pretty rusty with these anyway, but it's going to be like extra rusty tonight because I haven't done these in like 3 weeks. So just giving you guys fair warning.
I thought I read somewhere that the Jazz had the worst record in the league last year. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're pretty fucking awful. But you know what? All it takes is one guy, and that guy is Walter Clayton. They also drafted Ace, I think 5th overall, who literally just did not want to play for them. He wanted to go to the Wizards. I don't know how much you guys know about that situation, but they basically just said, fuck it, we're taking you anyway because we're an NBA team and that's what we can do. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. But yeah, interesting stuff going on in Salt Lake City right now.
When 2 of the top 5 picks in the NBA draft are players from Rutgers who didn't,
and they couldn't go 500. Yeah, couldn't go 500.
Yeah, right. That should tell you the strength of the draft class. Honestly, some of the guys like Walter Clayton should be disappointed that he didn't go ahead of the second pick from Rutgers in the top 5. But where did he even go? Was it late first round?
18.
Okay, so kind of in the middle. He was a frustrating player to watch in the tournament, but he could also just kind of take over games. We saw. So
yeah, no, he has moments where he just lapses on defense for sure. But obviously, as you saw throughout the tournament, he can turn it on in a moment's notice. So
yep.
Yeah, sorry. I know this really isn't NBA content that we're talking about, but I had to go off on that little tangent because I love the Utah Jazz now, and I will be ordering a jersey. So just to let you guys know.
Well, but he wasn't actually drafted by the Jazz. They traded the worst.
That's true, right?
Worst team in the league traded a second-round pick for an undersized guard. So that's good.
Yeah, with Ace Bailey there, who doesn't want to play for the team? What could go wrong?
What's up, Alex? How you doing? All right, let's get right into it. Let's get after it. There's big controversy, Anthony, while you were gone.
What's new?
There's more controversy. There's always controversy. But
this
Underdog,
is a 20-second draft BBM for those that want to join.
Yeah, 20 seconds, need 6. Underdog took away the 20-second clock for all of 20 minutes, and there was outrage. Everyone was so upset that their drafts were taking an extra 6 minutes. So Underdog folded the pressure, and they put the 20-second drafts back in.
And you were one of those guys that was pissed, right?
I mean, I don't care. But I always click 20 seconds. One, they fill quicker.
Well, hey, listen, 6 minutes in this draft, you multiply that by 10, that's an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
And for guys who are doing 100 drafts a day, like I know some of you freaking weirdos out there are, that's a big difference in your life.
That is true. That is true. So what are your thoughts on Anthony? We haven't talked to you since J.K. Dobbins signed with the Broncos.
Well, I mean, it doesn't inspire a ton of confidence in picking RJ Harvey.
Correct.
And I honestly was nervous about him, even before the Dobbins signing. But now I'm even more nervous because it just sounds like Sean Payton just doesn't want to commit to one guy, which is understandable, a rookie being your lead back. I mean, unless you're Genty, but that's my opinion at least. I mean, Dobbins, look, I know we're not going to get into the injury-prone discussion quite yet. We're only a few minutes into the stream. Let's warm up to it. But Dobbins could get hurt obviously at any moment. But I don't think it's good for Harvey. Do you guys have a differ? Brian, I haven't heard from you yet. I don't think. What is your opinion on it?
Well, I'm more surprised that RJ Harvey's ADP really hasn't changed much as a result.
It's dropping. It's dropping.
It dropped 4 spots, and he signed a week or 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. I feel like I was expecting him to fall more towards the mid 60s, maybe go by Judkins and Caleb Johnson, that 70-ish ADP range. So I'm surprised that people are still clicking him where they are. But I think it just kind of does. It's what Sean Payton does. Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
This is what Sean Payton likes to do. He likes to have a bruiser, and he likes to have a Kamara type guy. I'm not trying to compare RJ Harvey to Kamara, but if you're looking at Dobbins and Harvey, whose skill set aligns more with each of those players. So definitely a minor hit to me for Harvey. I still think Harvey's fine to click. Dobbins in the 190s, where he was going for the first month of the contest or however long BBM's been live, those teams are the ones that have the best CLV.
Mm-hmm.
We got some legends in this draft, by the way.
Like who?
Justin McMahon, J-Mac. He's fully convinced that he can auto draft pretty much every best ball and be good. But I thought I would show this. So he did this for MLB, and he's advancing 2 out of 150, 1.3%.
Man, dude, you don't need to put him on blast like that.
He's like a tout. He's like a famous guy.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone kind of makes fun of him. And then this guy Chris is like a daily crusher. What's up, Hefty? How we doing?
Welcome in.
But yeah, there was a big debate a few years ago with J-Mac, and yeah, it's funny, great stuff.
It's the lore of Underdog.
What are we thinking here, Bijan or CD?
Anthony, you call it. First draft back, you get precedent.
I kind of like Bijan. Can we go Bijan? Is that okay to do?
No, it's not okay.
We can do whatever the hell we want to do.
Well, sometimes I think that, but then I get overruled by Lord Gumby.
A bit too late. We're going to do another one at the end if you want to.
Yeah, we'll do another.
I feel like in that spot, we're always going to take Lamb, so why not just, spice it up a little bit?
Yeah, I'm a Lamb guy.
That's fair.
It's just the receiver. Like, there's 7, maybe 8, top receivers in the league, and when you have those guys, wow, Lamb falls to 7. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about McCaffrey going before him? That's interesting.
And Gibbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of first round ADP, there's not going to be much movement. McCaffrey has been moving up as evidenced by the No Badger taking him at 6. The other one that's very interesting that I've been following is we're witnessing the flippening, similar to Bitcoin, the halving. Justin Jefferson is slowly. I wouldn't be surprised next time we do a stream. Jefferson is higher than Barkley in terms of ADP, which I think is totally correct.
I don't know. My quant has Barkley ahead of Justin Jefferson.
Does ETR have Barkley ranked too?
I'm not sure. They do.
Interesting.
But I think they regressed pretty hard to the market, I'm pretty sure, especially at the beginning of the draft. So I don't know what for some reason they refuse to release their actual numbers, which pisses me off. But yeah, I don't know if it would actually be higher.
I was only listening to this for a few minutes because I was busy the last couple of days, but on Establish the Edge, Leone gets into the projections of each specific division that they have. So you can sort of reverse engineer it by he'll say we expect 90 targets, 65 catches, and X number of fantasy points or whatever. So as they continue to release the videos, because they do it by division, you'll have a bit more sense of what the actual numbers come out to be.
Yeah, or they could just release the actual numbers, but what do I know? Bowers is another one who's been falling too. I'm still not interested personally, but I get it. I get it.
I get it. Not intriguing to me.
Yeah, but
kind of any ideas for this pick? I have somebody I kind of like, but
I lean receiver. I can be convinced.
I would go Rice here personally.
That's what I would do as well. Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are Rice guys.
Nothing like taking a guy that opened the contest at 40 at 20.
Who would you have taken receiver-wise there? Just curious.
Eric likes T. Higgins.
Yeah.
T. Higgins, JSN. I can be convinced of Tyreek and Devontae.
Tyreek and JSN, one of the two will make them back to us.
So you guys made 2 picks in a row. If Devontae comes back to us, we're taking him.
What about Tyreek or JSN?
I think I just like Devontae more, to be honest.
You have
He's
to
a big
stop
Devontae guy.
Oh, look at J Mac, my man. Double running back. Let's see if he gets one more here.
This guy's going to go T and triple up on the Bengals. What could possibly go wrong?
Very bad.
That's I don't care. Even if the Bengals repeat what they did last year, taking 3 Bengals with your first 3 picks can't possibly be right.
Oh, he goes for the bring back. Week 17.
Yeah.
I know that week 17. That's one of the 2 that I know.
Oh, really? The other one is the Giants and Raiders?
Yep.
I don't know. It's going to be I'm starting to get if Tyreek is there, how are we not clicking him?
Yeah. Tyreek, Devontae, or JSN. Anthony, you pick.
I'm good. We can do Tyreek Hill. That's fine.
Yeah.
If Brian
I think
likes him.
Tyreek.
That was my least favorite of the three.
Tyreek
Really? Well,
but I think it's all about how you start the team. Like we go Bijan 1, so we're automatically going to be a bit weaker at receiver. At least statistically. So if we can get a guy who we know could be the wide receiver 1 and Tyreek Hill in the third round, it just seems like on like a construction like this, that just seems like the play. Like Devontae Adams, even if you're high on him, is not going to be the wide receiver 1 this year. Tyreek Hill,
I should have vetoed that because I'm just seeing the Week 17 matchup, Atlanta and the Rams. That is unfortunate. That was a blunder.
What's unfortunate?
Devontae Adams plays for the Rams.
So
they match up with the Falcons, who we have Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I think stacking is more important than correlating.
Well, we're not stacking anything yet.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get to it.
We could have got Stafford even later.
Stafford does have a lower ADP.
And Why not get Mahomes, pair him with Rice if he makes it back.
That one's not as inspiring to me.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
Mahomes is like getting drafted as that like hybrid between elite quarterback and like the very top of it, like a Kyler. I'm not saying Kyler is like elite, but in terms of fantasy production, like a guy like Kyler or Fields who can run and just get like 30% of their fantasy points scored on the ground. Mahomes is going like a round earlier than them, and he doesn't really rush for anything more than a couple of yards to get a first down.
Friend of the stream, Jewish McCaffrey, put this poll up. Is overall QB1 still in Mahomes' range of outcomes?
I would agree with that result of that poll.
You think it's greater than 50% chance? What about for this year?
Well, I mean,
this
is just saying 57% of people agreed that the QB1 is in his range of outcomes. Not that like it's a 57% probability that's going to happen. I think it's within the range of outcomes.
What are we thinking here?
DJ Moore's a pretty good fall.
Moore's interesting.
I guess we should have to take the ADP value, right?
Yeah, that's
I want to take a swing on Travis Hunter.
We could probably get him on the way back. He's been falling.
Yeah. But I think it depends on how you define range of outcomes. Like if you get like a 1% chance, that's why I voted yes. I'm like, is there a 1% chance Mahomes can finish quarterback 1? Like absolutely 100%.
I wouldn't say it's a 57% chance. Like
not even
close.
You know what I
mean, yeah, it's
maybe
just
like 3 to 5% was my lean.
Yeah, Hefty says 7% chance, which I think I think less than 10 is.
Yeah, that's why like the question, Jewish McCaffrey, if you're reading this, if you're listening to this, the question was bad. We need more specific questions. Otherwise, we just can't even discuss them.
It's true.
But you're also going to see, like, I don't know, like part of me wonders, like when Rice comes back, he's fully healthy, right? And I know that might not be week 1.
We're on the clock. Let's make this pick first.
I would go either Zay, Chuba, or Waddle. I don't know if we want to double Miami, though.
Zay's interesting. But do we want another wide receiver?
Anthony wants Zay. Anthony has spoken. Yeah, that's fine with me.
To start? Okay.
Yeah.
I think something that I talked about a bit last week, Anthony, and I know you listen to the podcast. Obviously, you're very loyal. You're a loyal listener. You're a loyal joiner. But just to refresh your memory, in case you don't remember the discussion, something that we were talking about a bit is like thinking about receivers as like the law of diminishing returns. So if you start, it's more, I guess, applicable if you start like Nico and Lad McConkey or Amon-Ra, Brian Thomas, whatever, like 2 elite receivers in your first 2 picks. Like the idea of then going at your 3-4 picks and also going wide receiver is like the replacement value of those receivers you're drafting in rounds 3 and 4, knowing you're only going to start 3, maybe 4 some weeks. Like my point was like, I think it makes sense to draft a running back if you start double wide receiver in the first 2 rounds, just because like the idea of starting with like Nico, Lad, and then Breece Hall or Kyron to me is better than starting with those 2 same receivers. Jamison Williams, Zay Flowers, and then your RB1 is like Quinshon Judkins. It just seems like
I think that makes a ton of sense. Yeah.
So something that I've
any of that.
Yeah. So something that I've just sort of been thinking about is varying the build.
I mean, also for our team, like I mean, I guess it's kind of is your point a little bit, not exactly, but like we took Bijan in the first round, right? So like we locked up right away, right out of the chute, an RB1 who I think is, firmly in the conversation for being RB1 overall this year, certainly. And so like, it's like, at this point in the draft, why not just hammer home receiver, and then there's always going to be like, you can target those crowded backfields like we've talked about in prior streams where like somebody's going to eventually kind of, come out of the mix, come out of the fold and take over. And you could get that guy in the middle to late rounds and you've already got Bijan. So you've already got your RB1 established.
Right.
Yeah. If Bijan doesn't hit our lineup, like at least like 12 times, the team's dead anyway. So it doesn't even matter at that point.
Because like right now, you look at what you got right now. I mean, Montgomery's still, well, he just went, okay. But you got Judkins still on the board. He's interesting. I'm pretty high on Caleb Johnson. I think he's pretty interesting as well.
Any strong leans?
5 seconds. No pressure. I would go Olave, but you can go running back if you want.
Let's do Olave. Do one more receiver, and then we'll hammer running back.
I think we'll like the running backs that will come back to us. I think Olave is a minor tier break.
Yeah, Pacheco as a scroll down. He's a forgotten man, but I think he's going to have a nice year.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel.
I have more Pacheco than I would like to admit.
Really?
Yeah. It's just like Pacheco was going in the 3rd round last year, like end of 3rd, and he did not look good when he came back from a broken leg in the same year, which, who would have expected him to do well. I think if he does recover, assuming he's, Reed is talking him up as being very healthy. Mahomes said he looks explosive, which I don't know if he's ever looked explosive, so I don't know how much I believe that specifically. But assuming he is healthy, he is probably like a league winner. Like if he produces like he did 2 years ago when he was fully healthy, getting him in like the eighth round, like 80th pick overall, to me is a steal.
Hefty says he's Judy or Jacoby over Olave. I just see the ETR number on Olave and I just always click it. Caleb Johnson, you want?
I'm okay with Caleb Johnson.
We don't want Matthew Golden.
No,
6 receivers through 7 is tough.
Do you like Matthew Golden, Anthony?
No, he doesn't.
Particularly.
Oh, really? All my quants like Matthew Golden. So.
Yeah, he just seems kind of like a one-trick pony to me.
Yeah, I don't know what the trick is, but.
The trick is not producing fantasy points.
That's not a good trick for your wide receiver to have.
No, I just don't think he's super polished, honestly, overall, like as like a route runner. I don't think he has like any size is not, like overbearing, like as like a trait that I just find, like extremely attractive in a wide receiver. It's a very crowded receiver room. Obviously, I mean, Christian Watson's probably going to be out a long time, but obviously you still have Reed there, who I actually like Jaylen Reed a lot. I'm high on him this year. I think he's a bounce back candidate. So yeah, I'm not too fond of Matthew Golden unless he really fell in my lap. But
yeah, I think that's reasonable to be Reed over Golden, but I don't know. Wait, I also did you guys see what what's the Manungai, what his relative athletic score, RAS score was?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, it had to be low. I mean, it was probably like a 3.
It was like 4 something.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he ran like the slowest 40 of all the running backs that were there.
Really?
Did he really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's not hyperbole. It was. I think that's factually correct.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for me.
But people still like him. Like people are still drafting. He's getting drafted in more than 50% of these drafts. I think. I would imagine.
Do we want to debate another Jewish McCaffrey poll? Is Debo washed?
Oh, this one I don't have a lean on.
I think
here's where
now.
I take Debo. If I take Pickens or Lamb, I'll take Debo, but I won't take him if I don't have any sort of correlation or stacking.
Yeah, I didn't vote on that one because I didn't have a strong lean, but I slightly lean he's not washed.
He's not like DeAndre Hopkins washed. You know what I mean?
No. But the way Debo plays, his style of football, I would believe it if you told me like he had a horrible year this year because how physical he is and. It just seems
I mean, blame the freaking 49ers for that because what was it, a few years ago? They like literally just tried to make him a running back.
I don't like anything here.
Brian Robinson or Jaylen Warren.
Yeah,
Jaylen Warren correlates with Caleb Johnson. Oh no, we have Caleb Johnson.
We can't do that.
Take Brian Robinson.
Robinson.
Oh, Kelsey's fine with the double.
Oh, I got it. Wow, I'm quick at the fingers. You guys saw that clicking?
I saw more panicking.
He's been training years for this. He just after we get off the stream, he just does drills where he clicks the mouse a bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
You would have hated. Did Mahomes must have gone? Oh wow, he went really early with Pacheco, and I'm guessing Worthy.
Is that really early?
I think that's his ADP.
It's about his ADP, but he usually falls.
Yeah, it's right at ADP actually. Debo is a perfect fit for that offense. Yeah, because Jaylen Daniels refuses to throw the ball down the field. So screen pass merchant. Yeah, he's gonna eat off those screens. Yep.
You'll know
that's true.
I feel like with Debo and Tyreek, you'll know after like 1 or 2 weeks when the season starts whether or not it was a good pick, a great pick, or just forget about that team and look at your next one.
Yeah, that's fair.
My lean is that I think Debo will be fine. I think he'll have a couple spike weeks, but I don't think he's going to be a guy that hits your lineup every week. Which honestly, where he's going, that sounds about right. Like that's
I've been clicking Justin Fields naked in this range. I don't know if you guys are into that or not.
I don't think I've taken Fields once actually.
That's surprising. Didn't you absolutely love him last year?
We could do Chicago.
In the 18th round, I did.
Caleb to stack with.
Yeah.
Which
I'd
one?
go Caleb.
Fields or Caleb?
Oh yeah, Caleb.
Caleb for the stack.
Oh man, I just don't think there's any chance that he outscores Justin Fields this year. To be honest with you,
I agree with you.
That is a hot take.
Really?
Oh, I think so. There's no chance with Ben Johnson, with Colston Loveland now, DJ Moore.
Okay, fair.
Who else did they draft? Burden. There's no chance
I would love
that
to
he outscores Justin Fields, who can't throw a ball 7 yards.
Colston Loveland's going to continue to fall.
Loveland's going to fall, you think?
Loveland he's fallen from when you told me 3 weeks ago he was going to rise and that you want to get more of him at 115.
Well, I still want more. I just queued him up at 115.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doubting his talent. I still don't think I didn't have him as my tight end one. Maybe there's sour grapes there, but with the injury and Ben Johnson talking about how, you need players healthy in training camp to be out there. I mean, they knew Loveland had the surgery prior to drafting him, so it's not a surprise for him. I probably more so Burden. That's more negative towards Burden than anything else probably. But I don't know. The market seems to like double count these injured players that are not expected to be ready for training camp.
Because he's injury prone. You can't draft him because he's going to get hurt again. It's a lock. It's guaranteed for him to get hurt again because he got hurt once.
So we can push him.
Yeah, I guess so. It's true. Like the injury prone stuff just blows my mind, especially guys who are healthy this year who have been hurt in the past. Like there is no reason for them to be pushed down. It's stupid. I can get guys who are hurt for training camp.
Like McCaffrey.
That's reasonable. McCaffrey should not be going where he is. I will stand by that. But the problem is I don't want to fade Neighbors and Puka.
That's what it is. It's like it's not saying that you like obviously you would want McCaffrey at like a healthy, like a good percentage of your portfolio if you believe he's fully healthy because he should be in your estimation the 101. But you're passing up on these receivers who any of them could just be the one you need in week 17.
Yeah. I know. And also Amon-Ra too. It's tough to take McCaffrey over him. For some reason, I love Amon-Ra. I don't know.
You've been on him for a lot of years. I remember even like 3 years ago, whenever he entered the league.
Amon-Ra and Brian Thomas are like two players I felt very strongly about.
Yeah. All right, we're on deck here. I'm snap clicking.
Colson you got to take Jonnu with Tyreek.
And then get Tua.
Dude, Loveland ADP. Readjust to the market, man. He's not going for another 12 picks.
If we get sniped, J-Mac is going to auto him. I'm telling you.
Dude, he's not.
I've seen the terrorism this guy commits. I've seen his PGA ranks that he sold to me.
Ooh, you know what? He does have San Francisco, and that's a bring back.
He actually might matter.
Well, if he has any San Francisco piece, then he'll might actually consider it.
Don't do it, J-Mac.
I don't even know if I want him with the next pick. Let's see who's there at the next pick before we make that decision.
Don't do it, J-Mac.
So is Jonnu just not going to the Steelers? Wasn't that like a thing? Like what happened to that?
The Steelers.
Wow, that's a pretty crazy Jonnu fall, no? I guess he's fallen a lot.
He was at like 90s. To me, that's like makes no sense.
Don't do it, J-Mac.
Ooh.
Who does he have a quarterback? Nixon Purdy.
Who do we have a quarterback?
Does he have any San Francisco pieces?
We have just Caleb Williams. Oh God.
Yeah, just Caleb.
We're in trouble.
We can get Tua and Caleb. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Tucker Kraft. I don't hate Tucker Kraft, actually. Loveland, I'm picking him, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to.
Hefty's out on the Fins. You can't draft Tua. He's injury prone. So
Really?
that's fair.
Oh, Hefty. I could not disagree with you more. The Dolphins are one of my most drafted teams. What's the reason for being out on them, Hefty?
Other than injury prone.
Yeah,
Other than Tua being a concussion away from death and the fact that they looked terrible last year.
Wow, Skattebo went at 123. That's probably where he should be going, but that's not his ADP.
Something is wrong with the Giants' backfield. I don't mean with the team, like the players. With the ADPs, like they're literally back to back in ADP. One of those picks is going to be bad, and I feel like nobody is providing a strong take on.
Yeah, it's gonna be Tracy.
You think? I think it's gonna be Tracy. Pretty
Get ready to learn Devin Singletary lead back.
No way.
No,
they're gonna cut Singletary before the season starts.
No, he'll make the team.
You think so?
Yeah. But no, I think Tracy's a good pick. I'm more skeptical on Skattebo, but
Tracy's a great pick. He's my most drafted player.
Here's the thing, right? With the Giants, this is my plan. Yeah. This is my plan for the Giants running back room. Whatever happens in training camp, some reporter is going to report, oh, this guy's getting reps with the ones, and then that guy's going to get steamed up 20 picks. And whoever that is, I will not be drafting, and I will draft the guy that falls 20 picks because the Giants rotate their running backs in training camp. Like, rotate way more than any other team. That's like correct. 1-1-1-1-1. And whoever the best ball cabal decides is going to be the guy, I will do the opposite.
It's going to be Eric Gray. Get ready to learn Eric Gray, ladies and gents.
No, but everyone knows to ignore that.
All right, so we're coming up on the clock. 1-3-5-2 build so far. We could probably push Tua to our turn pick. I don't want Allgeier.
I think we should
I'd probably go Rashad White to stack with our Tua build out.
All right, that's fine. But if Tua gets sniped, I'm not going to be happy.
You're not happy. You have to take risks to win. You like.
Oh, I thought it was the long term. My bad. I'm fine with that. I thought it was.
Okay.
I don't know draft.
You what?
I don't know draft. I'm not a draft knower.
I mean, you draft WNBA.
I don't draft it. I just click the plane.
I always forget you literally don't actually.
I literally don't do it.
God, that must be so frustrating to those that like sit there and click 1,000 buttons every day and they never win, losing to you just floating ranks, winning everything.
I hate to break it to you. Everyone who's doing a lot, like high volume is just autoing, except for a true select sick fucks.
Yep, understood. Yeah, we'll recap the team after this pick. Chris won't take him because he doesn't have Waddle.
Wow, he is eager to draft Tua, chomping at the bit.
I like this build. What's up, Seth? Yeah. Thanks for hopping in.
Sethy, how you doing? Yeah, Seth, I was going to reply to your comment yesterday or last week, but by the time I refreshed the screen, Brian already replied, so it's unfortunate you don't get to see my opinion too.
Great meme, Seth. Great meme. Love that one.
I was just about to ask Anthony. You're the meme? You're the resident meme guy here. What is that?
So basically, I believe it was an Astros game, and it's just this guy who's talking. I don't know if it's his girlfriend or whoever it is, but I mean, just
let me tell you, man.
His face. He is explaining something very, very specific, and he's very passionate about it. This is like me when I'm explaining to people like all the college basketball team names, and I'm just very hyped out of my mind about it, and literally nobody else gives a fuck. But it's very interesting to me, and that's basically what this guy is doing right here. I don't know what exactly he's saying, but look at him. He's got the shades on.
I wish I knew what he was saying.
He kind of just looks like a thumb. Kind of just looks like a thumb. I don't know who the girl is, if it's his girlfriend, his wife, whatever, but she does not give one iota of a shit.
Let me tell you,
where it kind of originates from.
By the way she's looking at him, that cannot possibly be his girlfriend.
Well, I mean, you don't know what the conversation was.
Oh my god. What is that? I don't even know what that is. All right. Anyway.
It's George Bush.
HW?
HW Bush, yeah.
Wow, that guy's fucking old.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
No, pull up a picture of Carter.
Is he still alive too?
No, he just
Carter
died.
No.
Oh,
he just died like recently.
Not to get political, but rest in peace.
You got to really tread lightly these days. If RIP is political.
We're almost on the clock. We're getting
So, yeah, we're
distracted by
coming up on the
politics
clock here. 2, 4, 5, 2 build.
I would love Eckler, but we're not doing the double.
No, we can't do the double.
Chubby? Nick Chubby?
No.
I like.
Season
What about
day for Joe
McMillan?
Mixon?
What about Rico?
McMillan. I mean, we could do Rico. McMillan stacks with our Tampa Bay, Miami that we're working on here.
Let's go Rico. For some reason, I just think Chuba is bad. I know he wasn't bad last year. I know he projected for 25 fucking fantasy points every week, but I just still think he's bad.
Chuba is such a talented runner of the football. He really is. Honestly, like his metrics were like top 5 in the league.
So, do you guys
not a great passer, not a great pass catcher?
This is probably a 3 quarterback team, right? Two tight ends, 3 quarterback.
Well, I thought you want every team to be a 3 QB team. I thought that was your thing, isn't it?
Yep. And then I'm going to argue for the all reliable Jackson Dart, Theo Johnson, or Jackson Dart, Darius Slayton.
You just like to kill all of our teams, huh? What if Jackson Dart doesn't play? And what if Theo Johnson's not the same from his list, Frank? You just waste 2 picks for nothing.
Who was the security blanket that I did last year every time in the end? I don't even remember.
Oh, was
it Theo Johnson again?
Oh, it was Theo Johnson. Darius Slayton, yeah.
Yeah.
Some things never change. Old habits,
I think we need a receiver here, though.
Yeah, agreed. Sort of by ADP.
Yikes.
Alec Pierce
Noel's kind of interesting. Pierce is interesting, yeah.
Pierce
I don't like either of those guys.
Pierce is the perfect guy for this team.
I think I might just click Darius Slayton anyway.
He's going to be there in the next round, in the next pick.
Yeah, but is he that much worse than Alec Pierce? Like,
why
Alec Pierce might just suck.
Alec Pierce, look at his numbers. I'm going to make you do this every time. Look at his numbers. 800 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Oh, guess what Darius Slayton had?
Yes, less yards, less touchdowns.
I don't care. I don't care.
The odds of Slayton coming back is like 60%. The odds of Pierce coming back is 0.
Oh, the injuries definitely this is about Tua. The injuries definitely don't make me feel good either. But I think Tua is a quarterback whose production will largely be determined by his supporting cast, and I think his supporting cast is overrated. Wow, that was not where I thought that was going.
Tyreek Hill, perennial top 5 receiver, overrated. Jaylen Waddle, amazing rookie year, overrated. Jonnu Smith, tight end 1 the last 6 weeks of the season, overrated. Devon Achane, going in the middle of the 2nd round, overrated. Probably not the best offense to fade. That's just my advice. Just look what the market's telling you. You could be out if you don't like Tua. I understand that, but it's not healthy to fade a guy who's going in the 2nd round, 3rd round, 5th round, and 9th round. That's just probably not good process.
I mean, I guess if you think everyone's overpriced, you just
man.
I get it though because 1, Tyreek Hill might be old, and 2, Jaylen Waddle's injury prone, so he's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, they're overpriced if Tua gets hurt.
Well, that is certainly true.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, so is everybody if their quarterback gets hurt. Unless you're Malik Willis, who all of a sudden, when he plays for the Packers, is just like the QB1.
Yeah, Packers are good with quarterbacks, man.
Yeah,
okay.
4-9%.
4-9% is fine. I just wanted to make sure you weren't 1% on Waddle and then haven't drafted Tyreek or Achane. Waddle and Etienne is who I'm mostly on.
Seth's a golf guy. Of course, I work at his charging carts now. Boots on the ground take, walking in it. I like walking, personally.
Well, you get to experience the full course when you walk.
Well, I do that anyway.
I'm also cheap, so I just like to not pay an extra $20 for the cart. How'd you shoot today? All right. 2562 coming up on the clock here. To me, Shipley represents a tier break at running back.
I disagree.
You don't like Justice Hill? I thought we always loved Justice Hill.
Yeah,
Hunter's interesting. I see you have him queued up.
Jarquez Hunter.
Fun.
This is my other security blanket. I take him every time too.
So you're just in on the Rams non-number 1 players. Like you're out on Kyron because you love Hunter, and you're out on Puka because you love Devontae.
Well, Puka's injury prone, so.
Yeah, true.
Puka's one of those guys who might actually be injury prone because he just fucking he just wants to hit everyone.
He's just so aggressive. He will initiate contact, and he is not the guy to initiate contact with.
But at some point, you gotta just pull a Tyler Lockett, man, and just chill out.
Just
or Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra falls down all the time in the middle of the field. He can get an extra 2 yards, but if it's not for a first down,
he's probably 50 pounds lighter.
Right. I'm on my exposures, I'm higher on Waddle and Jonnu. Jonnu to me seems, especially with the fall recently.
So I
Speaking of
think
guys who are
wide
pretty
receiver
late.
here,
Tutu Atwell,
and
Tutu with Darquez Hunter.
he's a solid 5'8", 150.
there's no one else that's more inspiring.
Ray McLeod is always inspiring. You know who I've been taking a bit recently is, and we could take him on our next pick, is Kevontae Turpin.
No,
Cowboys.
we're not taking Kevontae fucking Turpin.
Kevontae Turpin.
You are banned for even suggesting that.
Banned for trying to get unique for a player that could potentially have upside.
Yes. Oh, look at this. We got this. Look at this correlation: Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, Miami. Wow, that's great stuff.
And it could have been even better if you let me take Jalen McMillan.
Are you guys going to let me take Jackson Dart, or do we need to discuss this next pick?
No, we have to discuss this.
Okay. There was a big debate about De'Ami Brown.
What about him?
I just learned how much money he's getting paid this season.
$10 million.
Insane. Bananas.
$10 million is the going rate for the like even Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, I said Josh Palmer's making $12 million.
Right, Palmer's making $12 million.
Freaking Palmer.
How 3 seasons this guy's played? How many yards does he have in his career?
In 3 years?
Yeah.
You're talking about Tutu?
No, De'Ami Brown.
Oh, De'Ami Brown.
I think he has 964.
Way less.
Hammer the under.
585.
Yeah, it's like 600.
Oh my god!
And
he only had one.
Wow.
He had like
Excited
4.
about this guy.
He had like 3 good games when it mattered last year. That's why people like him.
So he's averaging 200 yards a season in his life.
Well, to be fair, I'm. This doesn't include the playoff games, but he's played 4 years. Whatever.
And he still doesn't have 964. He still doesn't have the number I said.
Yeah. Do you guys think Richardson or Jones should be getting drafted higher? I think that whoever's a starter should be getting drafted higher, but because it's uncertain, I think it's probably priced somewhat right. I've been in on Anthony Richardson recently. I think last round free, just take him.
Oh, nice.
The worst that happens.
Jackson Dart goes. That's fantastic. What's our team construction right now?
2-6-7-2.
Caleb to
I mean,
we have
Olave.
What is it with you people like in 3 quarterbacks? Like you do understand you can only start one of these like quarterback and tight end teams, right? Like,
but
4 of those picks are going to be dead.
Okay, but Dante Thornton isn't even going to play, so who cares?
No, but Ray McLeod runs routes.
He does a lot of running. Yes, that is true. He does
look at his stats last year. 700 yards.
Do you want Tyler Shuck?
Why not Shador Dash Sanders?
No. Okay. Overruled.
I'm just gonna pull up what Atlanta's route participation was. So Ray McLeod, the last 4 weeks of the season, 91%, 95%, 63%, 100%. You want guys in the 18th round that are on the field that could score, especially when you take a guy like Darquez Hunter, who he correlated with in week 17.
Hunter's good.
All right, Caleb Williams to Tyler Shuck. I don't even know his name.
UCK.
Bijan, Caleb Johnson, B-Rob, Rashad White, Rico Dowdle, Jarquez Hunter, Rice, Tyreek, DJ Moore, Zay Flowers, Olave.
Oh, you did take Tutu. I didn't even know we took him.
Yeah. Slayton, Tutu, Chanu, and Loveland.
I like that team. Very, very correlated.
Round 2. We're hopping at 22nd, and we're getting Jackson Dart this time. I don't care if he kills me.
22nd draft.
Puppy but super flex. That sounds fun.
22nd BBM, waiting for 9. If any of you guys want to get some free streamer EV.
Eric scares me, but he's an animal if he can finish a game. Yeah, he's injury prone, so it's undraftable. No, but if he's healthy, he's going to project as a top 10 quarterback no matter the matchup. So it's hard to fully fade that. I don't know.
I would that's my whole thing too. Is like Daniel Jones, you're already taking AR in the last round anyway. Like that's a true dart throw. So if you can get a true dart throw, and this is my same argument for Justin Fields last year, wanting him, especially with him, he being like announced as the starter with Russ's calf injury last year. You want these guys that at the onesies position that could just put up 35 points in a week. And if you can pay last round prices for them, I don't see why you wouldn't want to draft him more than Jones, especially since it's not even guaranteed Jones is going to start.
Yeah, I think it's pretty locked in. He's going to start the season. I would be shocked if he didn't. But
is he going to finish it? That's what matters.
I know, especially like late. You want people on the field in the playoff weeks. So I don't know.
Right, People are loving Josh Downs. I know you like him. I mean, I'm reading a lot of Dynasty stuff, but people love Josh Downs this year.
He's a great. He's just a very good football player. And the realization I had, you guys will know it, that have been around for a while. Like week 4 or 5 of the BRs, whenever Juwan Jennings just like went off that 1 week when I was like,
yeah,
player,
like
we should take him.
Yeah.
I've just been drafting good football players. Josh Downs is one of those just very good football players. The situation is obviously not ideal. Not even knowing who the quarterback is, you can't really stack him comfortably. You don't want to take a 0 at a quarterback position. So I usually try not to stack him if I can avoid it. But man, oh man, if things break right for him, it could be a special year.
Need three.
Go Nap.
What's up, Go Nap? Welcome back.
Oh, Goat.
Oh my God.
I thought you died, Goat.
We're in the presence of a legend. The guy who, what did he ship?
We actually had a funeral
one of the weeks, like 50K BR.
Oh,
we were
shit.
handing out little pictures of your little emoji, in remembrance. Yeah, the little trash can on fire. People were very sad, but now we're happy.
Week 6, let's go. Yeah, I remember that. I did good that week too, so that's why I remember.
This was NFL BR you're talking about?
Yeah, last year.
I remember this. I just didn't remember the sport.
Yeah, I'm working on solving WNBA right now, so we'll get back to NFL.
You've had a nice little run on WNBA. I don't think you've won anything, like won the contest, but it seems like you've had a lot of top like 20, 15 finishes.
Yeah, no, it's impossible for me to win. So, okay, you want to play a fun game? This is for WNBA, so it doesn't really matter. It's more just for fun. But so I ran yesterday's slate, right? I did like a regression for like simmed EV based on like ETR's projections and like their total lineup projection from ETR. What do you think? Like for every 1 point increase in projection for the team, like the total team, how much EV does that add to your team on average? I'm curious to see what you guys think. Like
EV meaning like if the lineup is worth $5 versus $7 versus $10.
Yes. How much is 1 point of projection worth? In simmed EV, not real EV.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'd probably say like $3, like from 5 to 8.
That's way too high.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be way less than that.
Yeah.
How high?
It's like 40 cents.
Oh, that's it?
For every 1 point in projection, though.
Yeah.
So if you have a team that projects 10 points higher, it's an increase of $4.
What, $4? Yeah.
So what was the takeaway from that exercise then?
Draft the best players.
Just draft the highest projected team?
Yeah, I did it
I
based
could
on
have stopped
ownership.
you from doing that analysis and told you that.
I did it based on ownership too, and
okay,
it's for every 1% increase in total lineup ownership, your lineup increases by 0.1, like 11 cents. But that doesn't really matter because like I want to do it more advanced because that's just a linear regression where like I would expect that like the lowest ownership teams are bad because they're projected so low, and the highest ownership teams are also bad because they're too owned. So like somewhere in the middle, like the bottom of the U is the best.
Gotcha.
But I'm not that advanced yet.
All right, so we got some friends and family here. We got Hefty, Mom, I'm on the TV at 106. Then we have Goat at the turn at 112.
Speaking of analytics, I was looking at this. Do you know what percentage of our viewers watch on a TV?
Oh, probably like 40.
It's like 40%. That's crazy. I've never pulled up.
That's my preferred viewing method.
Really?
You just hang out on the couch, have some dinner, watch some best ball. It's fun.
Yeah, or sometimes if we're on Friday nights, we get watched at the bar.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Copper. Shout out Copper.
Shout out Copper. Oh, man. Nico and Amon-Ra go. That is just terrible. And Eric's going to make us take Gibbs. Oh, nice.
Puka or neighbors?
I'm kind of indifferent. I would probably just go with the ADP.
Yeah, I don't really care, to be honest.
Puka's easier to stack.
How is that the case? Neighbors quarterback is free.
Yeah, well, we don't know who Neighbors quarterback is.
Oh, grow up.
Grow up. Dude, you could go the whole season without having Dart be your quarterback if he comes in like week 12 or 13.
He's calling us Slappy. No, I'm just kidding. I think he's calling everyone else Slappy.
I think he's calling Amon-Ra 7 Slappy.
I think Eric wants to caddy for Jackson Dart out on the course.
I would love that.
Seems like really close to him.
There are two guys that I would like. There's one guy that I would like.
And there's the other. So when Brian Thomas goes,
Week 17.
yeah, this is always what I try to do.
Yeah.
I probably prefer Lad just based on 1v1
Do you really?
alone, but
We could do that if you want. It's easier. Atlanta has some nice pieces like Mooney, and
that's true. That's true.
It's an excuse to take Ray.
I'm curious what the combinatorial ownership of that combo is. Puka and
Well, it's not the easiest to
London.
get in ADP because
it is. It lines up.
Puka's 7 and London is 15.
No, Puka's 8.
Okay, Puka's 8 and London is 15. So it has to fall to you for it to break, right?
I just feel like it always falls. Wow,
Really?
Brock Bowers at 12.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I like that, especially with the fall. That's a pretty unique. That'll be a pretty unique combination, and if it works.
What tool is that you're using with the playoff matchups? This is the ETR solver. I like it personally, but
if you want
wait for it. If you want to see something crazy,
no, no, please don't. Please.
They got conditional formatting.
It looks better.
It looks so much better. Like it actually does.
A little bit
I mean,
better.
it's not like I honestly couldn't even see any of the players when you had it up the first time.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. But this is the most makes me not want to draft on my phone. I just don't want to memorize these fucking matchups.
It's only 16. It's really not like that difficult.
My brain is filled with WNBA projections, so
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that logic.
you guys may when the lineups come out at 9:30, you may have to distract the stream for a little bit
Oh, happy to.
but we'll see if the lineups are right.
Who's playing tonight? Is it the Wings and the Mercury, or what the fuck is it? The Wings and the
Honestly, Anthony, couldn't even
He
tell.
has no idea.
Lynx?
Dude, he uses the matchups for week 17 won't change for the next 9 months, and he's using a tool for it. You think he knows who he plays on WNBA slates on a daily basis? No shot.
But I did know Caitlin Clark is out tonight. I
Wow.
didn't know that. I got the notification this morning.
Ooh, Josh Allen goes early. That team is dead. Barkley, JT, Josh Allen.
Yeah, that guy has no chance.
All right, well, that guy's done.
Pontiac, nice knowing you, buddy. See you in the next one.
Thank you for the donation. If you can't find the people paying the rake, it's probably you.
Mathis.
That's got to be is that a kind of a rare combo there? Nico, London, Marv?
Nico and London get paired together pretty regularly. Marv would have to fall. So I'd say yes. Oh, I'd love Chase Brown.
JSN JSN. I don't like Chase Brown.
I know, it's so bad. That's a horror. That's like probably your worst take.
Anthony, Chase Brown, yes or no?
I'd rather have JSN.
Let's go.
Oh, Jesus
I know ball. What's
God
what's the
almighty.
Chase Brown thesis? I don't understand.
He might. Oh no,
the Chase Brown thesis is that they did nothing. He snap goes right after correctly. The Chase Brown thesis is that they didn't do anything materially to change the backfield. The Bengals offense is probably the best offense in the NFL. Their defense is awful. They have a good Week 17 matchup, and I like their playoff schedule.
He might just be
Chase
Zamir
Brown
White.
or Taj Brooks in the 6th. Like that's their competition.
He might just be Zamir White.
What?
Let's make this pick first.
I would probably go James Cook here.
I don't mind
What's the other running backs? Anybody else, or is that kind of?
To me, it's a pretty big fall
that's
off.
a tier break for sure.
Especially when Hampton is the one that goes next. Oh, Hampton already went, actually. Yeah, I'd go Cook.
Do you like him that much better than Chuba? Honestly, I mean, I'm not saying I would take Chuba there over him, but do you like him a lot more than Chuba?
You're talking about Cook versus
James
Chuba?
Cook, yeah.
I'm biased. I just think Chuba's bad personally.
I would probably go Cook, but only because I think I might be able to get Chuba on the way back every now and then, just based on the ADP.
Are you guys in on Jaden Daniels or no?
For what specifically? Like, is
Fantasy
he gonna be
football.
good? Like, just no, but like
best ball
this.
media.
Okay, so just
Yeah.
for BBM.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's not to be in favor of? Are there people who are out on him?
I think
It's
I
not
might
that-
be.
It's not that you're out on him.
Really?
It's just that it's hard to click him with so many other very good skill position players going. Like, there's always going to be.
Well, couldn't you say the same thing about Lamar, who just went 2 picks ahead of him?
Yeah, that's the whole elite quarterback
Okay.
discussion.
I just want to make sure.
No, but I just think I like Jalen Hurts more than Daniels.
And Hurts goes around later.
Right.
I
just think there's a chance. Like, how many times do we see a second-year quarterback do good the first year and then is like, just like, all right, the next year, like, everyone's excited.
You're saying he's going to have like a CJ Stroud year?
It might be. I think it's not priced in like there's a chance, but there's definitely a chance.
But here's the thing with CJ Stroud.
It's not like Jaden Daniels was making these like big time throws left and right. He was throwing screen passes. Like if everyone like kind of
no, I think that's a false statement.
That's false. He made De'Ami Brown relevant.
De'Ami Brown at 300 yards.
He made Olamide Zaccheaus relevant.
Daniels' upside running the ball compared to Stroud, it's not even close.
It's a pocket passer versus a rusher. Like I wish I did some best ball drafts.
Stroud was bad because his offensive line is fucking horrible. It's not like he's bad. Like he
Washington
did
Commanders,
pretty well.
Notable offensive line, incredible team, very known for good pass blocking.
I'm not saying it's like a great offense.
No. The difference is Jaden Daniels has shown like he will run. Like Stroud going where he went last year was absurd. Even if he had a good year, because he doesn't run. Like Jaden Daniels could run. Like there were so many times, like he probably even could have had a better year statistically last year. Felt like there were like 6 or 7 instances I saw him hand it off to Brian Robinson on the 1 when he could have just had a tush push or some sort of equivalent.
Yeah, he's a little small for the tush push, but he definitely could run it in from the 1.
Right.
My argument, you could also just draft around.
I agree, JJ.
Jalen Hurts for the same thing though.
Wow, Hurts is big falling in this one.
Oh yeah, he's ours. Don't take him hefty. Don't do it.
Oh, Alvin Kamara. I don't hate that.
That's not a horrible point in BBM. Like in this format, I don't think that's a horrible.
And we're gonna get Hurts because this guy already has a quarterback.
Don't be so sure, brother.
No, he's a badge. I trust him.
I never trust the badge.
Oh wow, that's sick.
I'm Waddle every single time here.
Yes, we talked about Waddle. Let's do it.
Boom. Is that this guy? Are you
can't be.
Jay last name Williams? James Young. It's not James Williams, unfortunately.
So what's our team right now? 4 wide receivers. So we have Puka, Ladd, JSN, and Waddle. James Cook as our hero running back. There is a correct pick for our next one. I'm curious if Eric specifically will get there or not.
Well, you just want Juwan Jennings every time.
No. What did I say? Law of diminishing returns.
Oh, I don't know. Travion?
No, I wanted Connor, but Travion will do it.
I'm good with any of these 3.
I'd probably go Travion.
Yeah, that's fun.
We could set up a stack with like Drake May and Hunter Henry potentially.
Yeah, this guy, I can see it from around the way. Yeah.
I think your point is valid though, Eric, about what you said. I think in this format, like with Hurts going relative to where Daniels is going ADP wise, that's not like a dumb thing to say to just take Hurts. So like I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I still love Daniels, but I see what you're saying in this format.
I get the rushing argument with Jaden Daniels, but like he could still like have a great rushing season and finish as the quarterback 10 if his passing doesn't improve. And that like if you pick him in the 4th round,
but but here's why you keep thinking that he's a bad passer when he's actually better than Jalen Hurts as a passer.
He's a very accurate passer, Jaden Daniels.
Well, I'm waiting to see it.
I linked you guys to the article a few weeks ago. They said PFF said that Jalen Hurts is a bad passer of the football. They said he was the weakness of the Eagles' offense. His passing, not like his rushing, not the tush push. His passing is the weakness of the Eagles' offense. I linked the article, and I'll link it again because I need you to understand.
Here's the thing.
Here's my response to this. The sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Kyle said that he was in the exact same situation yesterday, and a guy sniped him on Hurts who already had Jane Daniels. That's exactly what happened to us. That's double elite quarterback, man. Maybe that's what you need to do.
People snipe quarterbacks just because they see a goat horn in front of them. Well, maybe I should take my goat horns off. Hefty says, I don't really want to pair Collins with Mixon. I feel like that's going to happen way too often, so I went with Kamara.
Yeah, I think Kamara's good. I wasn't really into Kamara much in the big board, but slowly I'm just seeing what running backs are around him. And
I'm pretty low on Mixon, to be honest.
Once Chuba goes, I'd rather have Kamara over Mixon. Mixon just is not. He's not an inspiring pick, and his metrics just keep going down year after year.
What if Chubby comes in and like overtakes the backfield?
I'm a Woody Marks guy, admittedly.
Or that
I'm not
even.
taking
Oh
him now
no,
that
Woody Marks is dead.
I'm not taking him now, but I'm glad I got my stuff of him because he's not going to get picked the rest of the tournament.
That's wild. I'd ask 29-year-old breakout wide receiver Terry McLaurin if Jaden Daniels is a good passer. I mean, 1, his 8 out was like 3. 2, don't fact check that. Brian, stop typing. And I'm biased. I just don't think Terry McLaurin's that good. Maybe that's dumb. People
Right.
like,
I think if you don't think Terry McLaurin,
go ahead.
If you don't think Terry McLaurin is good, and yet he had like a wide receiver 6 season, that just tells you that Jaden Daniels is good. Like both can't possibly be true.
Cliff Kingsbury,
who Kyler Murray couldn't figure out the offense for and got ran out of town.
No, Cliff Kingsbury merchant, not interested. Wasn't Hurts PRE way down last year too?
Yes. Pass rate over expectation. We looked at that last week.
And Saquon won't duplicate. This is the actual.
That's the answer.
This is the BBM winning take right here. All right, let's make this move. I like Downs.
Shakir with James Cook.
Breed's fun.
No.
Downs was fun.
You don't like Shakir for some reason.
Downs or Reed?
Is Gold in there?
No.
Brian, you like Downs.
We went Reed last time, right?
No.
I don't think we did Reed, but
okay.
Downs.
Here's the thing. We're not taking two Bills without Josh Allen. That's really fucking stupid.
Well, not if we.
It has nothing to do with Shakir as a player.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. What if the game is a shootout? James Cook rushes for 2.
And what if Allen gets 28 points, but then somebody else gets 31? I can't wait for Brian to say it. I know exactly where this is going.
God, we debated that for like 3 hours last week, Anthony.
Josh Allen isn't the slate breaker you need, and somebody else can be fine with him. Ooh, Puka is nice here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that just. Oh, Ricky Pearsall, big drop.
Holy, big drop.
I feel it needs to just take that, but.
Oh man, that sucks.
We can do a Puka if you want.
No, let's do Pearsall. The ADP value is what I realize is who wins contests.
All right. I don't know. My only fear is that he might just keep dropping.
He's not going to fall this far, that quick.
Yeah, maybe. Terry has put up 1K yards with like 10 different quarterbacks. Man gets no respect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that true? Has he actually had 1,000? Has he had multiple 1,000-yard seasons?
I mean, he had what? Heineke. I almost said Heineken. Heineke. He had. Who else did he have?
A stalwart of consistency.
Wow. He's Mike Evans.
Legit the same stats every year. That's actually insane.
Sam Howell.
But this is the important number, right? 13 touchdowns.
It's the 13 touchdowns, yeah.
You need that again. The chances of Saquon replicating last season are about the same as Jamar Chase replicating last season.
Oh, wow, James. I could not disagree with you more. I think the odds of Saquon replicating this year is like less than 10%, honestly. Probably lower, but I don't want to be ridiculous. I wouldn't be surprised if Chase was the wide receiver 1 again.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
I just hate Saquon. I just can't speak.
I watched the video.
I just think it's easier for Chase because of what you said earlier, Brian, because they have arguably one of like the best skill position group in the league. They're going to be in a ton of shootouts. They play no defense. They don't even seem aggressive in like wanting to play good defense because they're just so cheap. So like I think Burrow and Chase, it's just going to be another year of them slinging it. So yeah, no, I think he's got a much better chance of replicating last year compared to Saquon if I had to pick one or the other.
Regarding that Week 17 Philadelphia-Buffalo matchup, I feel like you can already pencil in 116-2 for Saquon in a blizzard. I agree with this. It doesn't matter. Saquon's injury prone. He's not going to make it that far. He'll be hurt by Week 6. We're good.
Will Shipley is an attractive player. To me, like
AJ Dillon.
he's a clear-cut handcuff, Shipley, and he's going like 50 picks past every other clear-cut handcuff.
I gotta say, in the least weird way possible, the quads in that Philadelphia running back room between Saquon and AJ Dillon. I mean, my God, got the tree trunks over there, man.
Yeah, but Will Shipley brings that average back down to normal.
He really does, man. He really does.
Small quad Shipley.
Small quad.
Small Willie Will. I mean, what? All right, we're coming on the clock. We need to make a pick. Oh. Anyway, we have a lot of receivers. We don't have a lot of running backs.
We have a quarterback yet?
We can do Purdy. We don't have a quarterback yet. We can do Purdy with Pearsall.
I'd probably
we have a lot of stack options. I think we just don't take Purdy.
Really? This is the one time I actually would take Purdy. That's funny.
I like Etienne.
Etienne is probably who I would go with if he's
Anthony,
there.
Is Etienne good?
Anthony doesn't like Etienne.
It's not good.
You can take him though. I've made a lot of picks.
Respect. That's something I would never say.
Something you've never said.
Literally never.
Goat said that the Cincy take is spot on. All gas and no breaks team. Not only that, but their defense I still expect to be worse. Like not worse than last year because it was unreasonably bad, but
like just
it's still going to be a bottom. It's still going to be a bottom 50% team.
All gas and no breaks, right? The team that wants to throw the crap out of the ball, and the running back is being drafted in the second round.
Yep, running back who projected for 18 points and was like the running back 3 the last 7 weeks of the season. We don't want that.
No, I don't want that.
I like Skattebo. I'm sorry, I just did.
I would go Sharps with the JSN double.
No.
Okay.
You like Skattebo, you said, Anthony?
I like him.
All right, fine.
Well, he plays for the Giants, so Eric's like, all right, I'll take him.
The issue is that Brian just wants to continually take 2 players without their quarterback, and it drives me up a wall.
Geno Smith is like the 180th pick. It's round 10.
Geno Smith is not on Seattle anymore.
Oh yeah.
You almost got
I honestly forgot.
You almost bamboozled me. I've been led astray.
I actually forgot. That's my one mistake for the year.
All right. Who's their quarterback? Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold, who goes even later.
Yeah, even later.
And you're going to want Dowdle again, so we could have had that whole game stack.
No, we don't need Dowdle. But we do. Okay, can we queue up our quarterback possibilities so that I don't forget, because this is
Drake May.
Drake May? Yeah,
we have Henderson.
No, we're stacking a wide receiver.
You could do Drake May and Hunter Henry. You got to have a little creativity.
All right, maybe he'll be last in the queue.
Well, then he won't make it because he's going to go in the next 10 picks.
Was Herbert still there?
Oh yeah.
No one likes Herbert anymore.
Herbert is another one of my. He's another one of my very frequently drafted players.
Yes, I agree. Big bounce back candidate.
Yes, and people think that because the Chargers started off running the ball a lot, they were one of the top 5 most pass heavy teams over the course of the season. People just seem to forget that, and they drafted Trey Harris, who I'm not the biggest fan of, but in that offense, it's going to help. And I do like my man Tyler Conklin, as we know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. That's an offense you want to bet on.
Who's the other tight end in that room with Conklin?
Someone
that's not that bad.
Will Disley and Aronde Gadsden.
Oh, Disley. Gadsden, Syracuse guy.
Both of those guys might be better than
Conklin. Gadsden's fun
No,
click.
Will Disley's old. He's not going to be relevant. Conklin is, based on what the market's saying, they actually have Conklin as the highest ADP.
Well, market's never been wrong.
Exactly. So let's recap the team so far. I need to get reoriented here.
Go for it.
James Cook, Travion Henderson, Travis Etienne, Cam Skattebo. What could possibly go wrong? Puka, Ladd, JSN, Waddle, Downs, Pearsall. I love the receivers.
Yeah, the running backs is a little scary.
Is Tootin still there? We have Etienne.
Brian's just addicted to taking 2 players on the same team.
I forget.
You just read the team.
Yeah, I was busy. I was entertaining, not listening.
If Herbert falls, I like Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert probably makes sense. QB1. I like that all of our other quarterbacks are pretty low cost players. Probably don't want to take Tua if he has the same bye. If we want to go 2 QBs.
Yeah, Stafford to me, and then maybe.
No, I don't want Tua again. We already did Tua. If we do 2 Tuas in one night, I'm gonna bomb over here.
Can't have 2 Tuas.
Can't have 2 Tuas.
We also took 2 last draft too, so that's 3 Tuas.
Oh my god,
2 and 2 up.
Imagine having 2 Tuas and 2 tutus.
This is craziness.
This is really hard hitting analysis, guys.
Yeah, we're Dr. Seussing over here.
So we don't have a tight end. I like Goedert, James Cook.
Was that week 17? Okay, I can be convinced. We could also take Dalton Kincaid and pick 2 Buffalo guys without Josh Allen.
No, that I wouldn't do.
Okay, all right.
It has to be the right combo of players.
I don't know enough ball to know the right combo, so I don't do that.
That's right.
I'm actually being serious when I say that.
I know. No, I totally agree with you.
Here we go.
All right. Goddard QB1 or
The man who always
tight end
falls.
1.
Yeah. Every draft he
The
falls.
man who always falls.
Well, we took him ahead of ADP.
Really?
He's like 141, I think.
Oh, yeah, we did. Wow, you are sick for knowing that.
I mean, I just looked at the screen. Were you not watching? Did you
No,
not
not
look?
really.
Are you not paying attention?
No.
You just read the team. So we should think about, now that we have Herbert and Ladd, we should probably think about like what Houston piece, if any, we want in this. Like Jaylen Noel in like the 170s is there. I'm not very excited about him. Christian Kirk is already gone. We could do Dalton Schultz, who's not.
Kirk was that early? Wow.
Like 120s.
That's why I have none of him.
Correct. Well, you probably like Higgins.
Not really. I don't like either of them, to be honest. I just like Nico.
I love Nico. Nico to me would not. I would not. I've been saying it for like the past like 3 months, but Nico wide receiver 1 to me is very much live.
In the range of outcomes, yeah.
Yeah. I think Nico wide receiver 1 is a higher likelihood than Barkley running back 1.
That seems crazy. And I'm the biggest Barkley hater.
I don't know. I'm just it's very, these running backs that get so much volume, historically speaking, have never done.
Running backs who get that much volume are very injury prone the next year.
That's so true.
It's not even injury prone. It's like, I know you're making a joke, but their efficiency does drop from getting that many touches like year to year. Like there's like 8 or 9 different running backs that have been awful and one that's been good.
I think that might be a correlation is not causation type of thing. I think it might just be that like if you're playing so well, like hyper efficient 1 year, you're going to get the crap out of the ball. And then the next year, you're probably not going to match like insane efficiency.
Yeah. But what do you think about, there's only like 1 or 2 things that have to change for Barkley not to have what happened last year again. Like the Eagles defense gets worse. They're not running the ball 90% of the time. Like there's a lot I think that can change what happened last year to not happen this year.
Yeah, but as much as I hate to bullpost Saquon, at the end of the day, Saquon was tackled the one like 9 times.
That's what JJ just said.
Yeah, I know. I don't even want to think about that. I'm getting a cold sweat just thinking about that.
Yeah, but Saquon also only had like 20,
Stafford
20 targets.
All right, we can push it.
Really? I'd probably just lock it up.
All right.
Allgeier, maybe. Allgeier is fun. We correlates with the Rams.
I still can't believe he's getting 2 years, $84 million. That's crazy.
Who?
Stafford.
I mean, he's good.
I know, but he's like 38.
The 50-yard touchdowns is what carried him.
I totally agree.
That's his game, though. Like that, you can't take those away.
No, you can't take those away, but you can't project him to have 180 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, tell me about it. ETR never projected that 1 week of last year. I'm
right
poor now. I'm poor.
That should tell you something. ETR never had hardly ever had Barkley as like the running back 1 on the slate, especially the first like 9-10 weeks of the season. Now they have him as the number 2 player overall after getting more work than he's ever had before and having a fully healthy season.
Well, per
not good.
Levitan, he said that it wasn't really the big plays that were hard to project. It was because the tush push. It was hard to give him enough touchdown equity to get him to running back 1.
Yeah, that's the downside of doing projections is like you have to just project the median outcome. We've talked about that before. Like JMO projects for 9. He's either going to score 20 or 0. Like, okay, great. that doesn't really help me,
Would you guys be open to doing like a Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson at the end here?
I'd be open to it.
I think I'd rather do Jones.
Really?
Yeah,
I think so.
As well, right now.
I still don't get this like 3 quarterback wave that we're going through. I understand, like, to me it helps you advance teams, but it doesn't do anything for you in the money weeks. Like if you take 3 quarterbacks or 3 tight ends, you're only going to be able to use one of their scores that hit your lineup. So to me, you're wasting 2 roster spots. And I'm not saying you should only draft 1 quarterback, but drafting 3 like in week 15, 16, or 17 is not going to be what you want to have.
Yeah, but if you have 2 that like quarterback scores the most points of any position, so if you have 2 that score 15 and 1 scores 30, those 30 points are very valuable.
Yeah, but the quarterback is the most replaceable score there is. It is. I'm serious. Like I'll keep saying it, and it's funny. We're gonna look back on this. What do you mean?
It does make sense, actually.
It makes no
What do you mean
sense.
it makes no
I'm not
sense?
saying
Dude, it's the most correlated with anything else. You just want to stack because if you have a wide receiver who scores a lot of points, the odds are the quarterback also scored a lot of points.
Yes, but if you have a skill position player that has 20 points that gets drafted in the last like 6 rounds of these drafts, that is way more valuable to me than having a quarterback that gets 26 and 22 and 19. You're only going to use the 26 and you're losing a bullet. You're not going to be able to start 2 quarterbacks unless you're playing Superflex.
If I had 3 weeks back to back with around 15 plus quarterback that got 19 straight points, I would be very happy.
Oh, but then that means why would you be happy with that? Because that's probably not going to hit your lineup.
Yes, it 100% is.
If you have a 3 quarterback team and your QB3 has 19 points, he's not hitting your lineup.
I'll cook something up for you for next week that I would change your mind.
Look it up, but don't. I don't want you to
don't serve it to us.
Yes,
cook
don't
it up
serve
and
it
then
to
just
us.
throw it in the trash.
I'll consume the information.
I'll make a PowerPoint.
I'll consume the information.
I'll make a PowerPoint.
Let us know what you guys think in the chat, and if you're watching this back in the comments. I'm like the 3 versus 2 quarterback thing to me makes no sense.
I mean, I don't need to cook something up. Just read Mike Leone's manifesto.
I think that can't possibly be for week 17 specific.
Yes, it is for everything.
It can't be. I refuse to believe it.
All right. We're coming up here. Probably another
Jaylen Noel, if we want, correlates.
Yeah. Receiver after that gets very dicey.
Yeah.
I would argue that Noel is in the dice category.
Well, I don't disagree there.
But he could be anything.
Yeah.
He could be the 20-point score you need instead of taking Tyler Shuck.
Why take Jamar Chase over Jaylen Noel? I mean,
yes,
Chase
JJ.
is Jamar Chase, but
JJ just put this so eloquently, more than I could. Who are the players taken around the time where the 3rd quarterbacks are taken that you think you can punish them for not taking?
I think any of these handcuff running backs, potentially, like these ambiguous backfields. Miles Sanders, who I hate that I have to take, but I have to take for now until some news comes out. Taj Brooks. You can get like receivers like would you rather have a guy like a receiver that had 700 yards and 4 touchdowns last year, or would you rather have Tyler Shuck with, Caleb Williams and Brock Purdy? I'd rather have the 700-yard receiver.
The odds to get a 17-run receiver that late.
700-yard receiver, by the way, is Ray McLeod, who also does not get drafted often. So that already gives you some sort of uniqueness because he's not 100% drafted every week.
Man, I just want Jarquez Hunter here, but I'm going to be vetoed. No, it's fine. We don't need it.
We should go Shipley.
Chubb.
I'm never going to take Chubb once.
I guess we'll do Shipley. 3 quarterback propaganda in the big 2025. That's funny. Brian's cooking. Never mind. He said Ray was the 7. No, the 700-yard receiver is staring us in the face. We're all missing it. Right. The forest through the trees. It's Darius Slayton. That's the answer.
Who I've also been on for 2 years.
But my thing is, unless you take Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson, the quarterback's going to be on the field. They're getting points. Quarterbacks score points no matter what. I
agree. Your quarterbacks will not be zeros, but they will also your round 18 quarterback, I promise you, will not be the reason you win the tournament.
Unless 2 years ago you had CJ Stroud, then it might be.
Well, I don't remember that.
Well, yeah. Or last year. Who was last year? Bo Nix, unless it's Bo Nix last year.
No, it was Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow outscored Bo Nix.
Point still stands.
No, it doesn't.
Bo Nix was one of the best picks on the board last year.
Yep. But you could win without him. Because you took Marvin Mims instead, who had 30 points in week 17. And you were still able to survive without having Bo Nix stacked with Mims because Burrow outscored him.
Ran good, played bad.
I don't know. Until I lose money from this, I just can't understand it.
All right. Well, we need a tight end here. This is getting dangerous quick.
Oh, we're already past dangerous. We're in SOS status at this point.
I also think GTO number for quarterback changes based on the month you're drafting. When players like J.K. Dobbins are going pick 190, probably different GTO build than when he is at 135. Also, this is a weird time where it's we don't really know depth charts yet either. So the safest picks are definitely quarterbacks late.
Safest picks, yes. But if you take J.K. Dobbins in the 190s instead of Tyler Shuck or Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones, like that closing line value is materially different.
I don't know about that late. I don't think it matters. Chig is going to Ball. I'm not sure. Why do we have so many fucking Eagles fans in here?
Chig is on the Titans.
This guy's wearing an Eagles hat. And who's the other guy? Who's the other Eagles fan? This guy, James Young.
Yeah.
Like, grow up.
I would probably want to go.
They enjoy winning. They're fans of winners.
Can't relate.
Yeah.
I'd probably just go Schultz here for the correlation with Herbert. Schultz correlates with Herbert if we care about that. Or maybe that's not game theory optimal either. I don't know.
We already have a Houston player, though. We have Jaylen. Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather have 2 bullets on the game we're stacking the quarterback with?
I don't know. The quarterback's super replaceable.
Okay, ETR has this at 10. Is that the logic you need to be told?
Yeah, that did it for me.
That's what I'm just going to start doing.
Yeah, just say that. It's easy. Easy game.
I don't like this. This gets my blood pressure going.
See, to me, that like if this was my draft, what I would do here, I would pull up the old RNG 1-2, Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson.
Are we set on taking a third quarterback?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We don't even know which quarterback we're picking. Talk about this is like picking ambiguous backfields for running backs that could be a 0. Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson both are likely to be 0, or both have a likelihood of not being in your lineup in the money weeks. So why are we picking them? What's the difference in that? I could promise you, Ray McLeod, with Puka stacked, is going to be on the field. Oh,
Daniel Jones.
I just killed Brian. Just killed him. You need to study up on your manifesto, Brian. You need to study up.
He's actually going to split from the group. He's going to start his own stream.
I should. This really is frustrating. Like we had the Stafford, we had Puka. Ray McLeod is staring us in the face. What's his name? Trey Tucker is staring us in the face.
I'm assuming he's going after saying that Trey Tucker is the pick.
I agree. It should have been Ruggs. Ruggs is coming back. Didn't you guys hear? Ruggs, I think he's eligible now.
Something like that.
I heard 2026. I heard 2026.
Dude, the comeback season has started.
Let's before we get out of here, I want to review both Hefty and Goatnap's team. And I guess we could look at ours, but ruined
ours isn't important.
With the triple quarterback, it ruined it. We took Daniel freaking Jones. A guy who's probably going to lose the starting job after like week 6.
Yeah. All right, Brian, go for it.
All right. Hefty started out just hammering those receivers. Nico, Drake London, Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore, Kamara, Swift, Pollard. Oh, I like that. Those are 3 running backs, projectable volume. Very nice. Kyler to stack with Marv, Rashid Shaheed, Caleb Williams to stack with DJ Moore, and Loveland, the double stack. Eric wouldn't like that. Too many players on a team. Jake Ferguson, Isaac Garendo for the bring back with Chicago. That's fun. Tampa Bay, Mike Gesicki correlates with Arizona. That's nice. Nick Chubb, worst pick on the board. Unfortunate. Tutu Atwell, a great player, going to be on the field 100% of the time. And Blake Corum. Yeah, that is a well-constructed, well-correlated team. Eric, what are your thoughts? You probably hate it.
No, it's fine. I have no problem taking 2 or 3 players on the same team as long as you have the quarterback.
Okay. Do you like the fact that he took Garendo with that team against the Bears?
It's fine.
It's not fine. It's encouraged.
Goedert said last year he would have agreed with you. 2025 is hedging more 3 quarterbacks, and JJ agrees.
I think it's more about like just adapting to the board. I don't know. These quarterback ADPs in the big board were like so nice. They were a lot of them were very cheap. Nothing really changed materially for them to go up a round or 2 each, but I don't know. We'll see. And then Goatnapped. Anthony, you want to read Goatnapp's team on the far right?
Yes, Goatnap. Oh, Brock Bowers. That was a fun little start, right? That's a little different there. AJ Brown, who I always love. Tut McMillan, Kyron, Joe Mixon, who I do not love. Sorry, Goatnap. Olave, Stephon Diggs. Hopefully, he gets off the boat sometime soon. Actually wants to play football again. Khalil Shakir, Bo Nix. That's always fun. Drake May. I'm a Patriots fan, so I love that. Ray Davis. We got Tootin, Pat Bryan, who's been a big fan of, or I've been a big fan of his on the streams. Geno Smith, who's now on Vegas. He's not on Seattle. Miles Sanders, who Brian loves. DJ Giddens. Theo Johnson, who obviously Gumby must have encouraged Goat Nap to take Theo Johnson there. And then Trey Tucker from Vegas. Not Henry Ruggs. Good
Not
team.
Henry
I like
Ruggs.
it.
Or Jack Besh.
All right, guys. Any closing thoughts?
I want people to stay strong. Don't acquiesce to the market. Take 2 quarterbacks. Take 2 tight ends. 2-6-8-2 is the way to go. And don't take either Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones and pretend that's like a security blanket thing.
Henry Ruggs is not in the player pool.
Wow.
That is
Really?
That's a political statement from Underdog.
Pretty woke by Underdog.
Yeah,
I want a
woke.
statement from them.
Yeah, they need a statement.
Yeah, him, P. Diddy, they should all be added. Just in case
Go-
P. Diddy wants to play football.
Go watch Nick Chubb squat. All right, get back to me on his assets, Brian.
Well, you can squat 500 pounds and not be able to run.
All right, fellas.
How
Thanks
soon
for
from now
tuning
are
in.
you going to know the WNBA? How soon are you going to know the results from that? For
When I wake up tomorrow morning.
you? No? You're not going to know before the
No,
end
I'm
of
not
the
saying
night?
that. No, I won't answer that.
Well, good luck.
All right. Well,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you all
joining,
for
everyone.
thank you all that hopped on the stream with us. Always makes it more fun. If you guys are new and you like the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, helps us out. And if you have any other thoughts that we're not going to get to today, make sure to comment below and we will make sure we check them out.
Peace.
Take it easy, guys.